gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. Today you join us in the truck a few minutes away from our destination where we're heading to pick up a car I've been keeping a secret from Angus.
Is it that bad?
Yes.
Oh.
It's gonna be dumb.
Oh.
I have no idea what we're going to do with it. All I know is that it is unique and $800.
$800? How dumb could it be?
Let's go pick her up and kick this one off, whatever it's gonna be.
Oh, jeez, there we go.
Alright, a little bit of driving later. It appears we've arrived.
I wonder if I can pick it out before you point it out. All this stuff up here looks kind of like normal traffic. Is this like a normal car? Is it that horse? Are we reviving a boat?
Nope.
A propane tank?
Oh,
Is it that Cadillac Limo? Why? Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
I did. It is not a 35-foot limo again.
What are we going to do with this?
I don't know.
Well, why?
Do an $800 Cadillac with extra Cadillac. Come on. We never had a Caddy.
Probably a reason.
Yeah, there is a reason. We haven't found it for $800. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I don't even know what that means. Black leather interior. Oh, hell yeah.
Look at it. It's so bad. Oh my god, but we can fit all two of our friends in here. Oh, I'm driving a limo.
Look, he already loves it. What's he complaining about?
It's in park.
How is it in there?
It smells funny, but honestly, it's really comfy. It's way more comfortable than the other limo.
This
I'm
one's.
not- I don't
this
have
is
to
a
sit up
factory
like this.
limo, dude. This is vastly superior.
Whoa.
I think. I don't know. Better it's made by Hess and Eisenhard.
It's got a digital fuel injection system.
The worst part is the HT 4100. That's a high technology motor. They were one of the motors of all time. Well, let's strap it down and head on home and see what the hell we got.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell we're gonna do with that, but Dalton has that enduro race coming up at the end of the month.
Ooh, that'd be super fun to race it. Be probably more comfortable just to drive it.
I was gonna say, I think we just drive it there.
You could turn it into an overlanding rig and live in it. I bet it would make a great ice racing car.
I bet it wouldn't.
What? Why?
Well, unless they started you up front, because then no one could get around you in the turns.
Absolutely. You swing it out in the turns and nobody can pass.
You definitely will never go a lap down.
I do see that there's possibilities, but a limo, a Cadillac limo.
Cadillac limo, much less hacked together one.
And
I was
it's
like,
not made of rebar.
it's not. So yeah, big bonus there. Let's go throw a battery in it. There's a non-zero chance this thing just comes to life. He said it's been sitting for like 6-ish years. Ah, yes. The 4.1 liter V8 high technology 4100. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. What's with the goofy 4 brake lines? Whoa. I don't know. Yeah, it's a TBI. It says V8. So it's a TBI Chevy. Right? The air compressor's running. I think the back of the car's lifting. All the dash works. 128,000 miles. What? I thought it would have none. Let's pretend it has a fuel pump and run it a couple times. Come on, $800 limo. Need more battery.
Oh, luxurious. There's some seats, some items.
Ooh, a trunk button.
That was the most calamitous noise. It works.
Oh, whoa, there's a middle door?
Yeah, you can only open from the inside.
What? Why? Extra tire. 1, 2, 3 hubcaps. Do we have one on the car? Yeah, we do, right here. Run the key again. I'll see if I can hear a pump. What? Where is the tank?
I would assume it's under the trunk.
Go for it. Oh my god, there's a fuel pump running. Dude, it works.
No way.
Yep. It ran for about 2 seconds. Wow. Let's go get a battery. You think they followed the 4100 gasoline engine cooling system maintenance procedure notices?
1,000%.
This engine requires use of GM engine coolant supplement sealant. Wait.
What?
Factory stop leak? Is that you?
TMY.
Interesting. I also believe it runs a bop bell housing, which means we could put any bop in here in theory.
Beeping and bopping our way down the road.
I mean, it's pretty wide. I think we could stick a 400 Pontiac in there. Hit it. acquired the juice. Make sure she is at least operable. See what that does. Oh, you got an oil gauge in there?
Just a light.
Did it go off?
I didn't look.
That did not sound good. There we go. Oh, that things are happy already. Nothing out of the fuel tank. Hey, you got a fuel gauge in there?
It's digital. It says we have 15 gallons.
Dude, I just realized this thing has a new transmission, or it's been replaced. It says Hydromatic Service Replacement Transmission Assembly. Oh, shit. Horn works. That's a fantastic horn.
It's hit or miss. Oh, there it is.
I found a Schrader valve. Key it a couple times. Nothing. Man, if I don't swear, I hear a fuel pump back here. No, that's a fuel pump. That's 100% a fuel pump. Alright, well, let's get some fuel and try her again. I was able to siphon 3 gallons out of snowmobiles. Some of it's 2-stroke. It's good for it. Help that top end. This is the second Cadillac I've ever owned. The other one's only a Cadillac by technicality. It's the one on the Bronco frame up front. Check that video out here. Alright, let's see what that does. Nothing. I don't know, we'll just try it. Nothing. Yeah, nothing on that Schrader valve. It's still running. Alright, well, we're out of time for today, so we'll have to come back and deal with this another time.
Aww.
Might be a bad line inside the tank. Not making pressure. Bad filter, who knows.
Great. Can't wait to pull the tank out of this car.
Alright, well, it's been 3 months, but as previously stated, we're back to work on this. This has been sitting in the yard completely untouched since the camera was last on. We still don't know anything about it, but it now has more spider webs on it. So let's get this thing up in the air so we get a fuel pump working and see what the hell we got. All right, so thanks to BenPack, we got the Cadillac up in the air, and surprisingly, this thing's pretty decent underneath, which is a shame, because this car, well, I'm sure we're going to hate it in a number of minutes. We got our exhaust drive shaft here, you know, good stuff. Here's our fuel tank, the culprit. Now, unlike last time we were working on this, when we'd hit the key and the pump would run for a little bit but not produce fuel, now it does nothing. So we're going to pull this tank down as step one, see if we can get a fuel pump in this and see what it does. That's the fun stuff about fuel injection revivals. It's always the same story. Car sits for more than 3 years, fuel pump rots out, replace that, and it runs. Probably like crap, but runs. It's essentially the same thing as just sanding points on the old carbureted stuff, but way less cool and way more work. Ah, yes, our BenPack transmission jack with a 1-ton capacity, which is plenty to lift this fuel tank down from the car, so thank you, BenPack, for sending this over. This is going to make life a lot easier around the shop. All right, let's get this thing unbolted.
Prepare for carnage. See, that's all it takes.
Man, it could have got a longer bolt, huh? Slowly draining the tank. It was all the way full, so you know that whole pump assembly is junk. No rusty, shitty fuel yet, so I don't think we're rusted. I think it's just clogged up with goo. There it is, folks. The goofiest tank we've ever removed. A little bit of rust in the lines here. Let's get a screwdriver, pop it open, and see what we got. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Much like we thought.
Goo.
The line was blown out.
Eee.
O'Reilly says they have a new pump in stock. Not the whole thing, just the pump. So let's see if we need it. Let's see. I think we should just replace it. I agree. All right, let's do it. I don't know about you, but I think we should come out with a new shirt that's just a picture of you and that thing, and it says "Suck Machine."
I don't like that idea at all. I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to have that as a shirt, but there are plenty of other shirts you can check out on the website junkyarddigs.com, the one and only source for shirts that actually support the channel, not all the Chinese, shitty, cheap ripoffs. All right, well, Angus cleans out the tank. We are going to work on our fuel sender. As you can see, I got the wire brush out, kind of cleaned everything up here, got it all mostly derusted. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove these couple screws. It lets me take off my rheostat, which is this guy right here. This is a really thin winding of wire around a piece of metal. And then as this contact bar that's on the float goes back and forth across this, it will get further or closer to the input wire, and the closer it is, the less resistance. The further away it is, the more, and that is what controls the sweep of your fuel gauge needle, which is really just an ohm reader. A couple screws takes that guy apart. I'm showing you this because on weird cars like this, you don't always have the ability to replace this whole thing, especially in this case, because this entire giant assembly is all one piece. But you usually can still get away with just cleaning this up and replacing the pump piece and the sock and have a working fuel sending unit again for much less money. A little piece of emery cloth in here. There we go, that's much better. Same with this side, gently. Now if I wanted, I could take my multimeter and just reassemble this and let that sweep back across that comb and show you the different readings, but the old multimeter doesn't work right now, so we're going to reassemble this and call that good. A new pump and some new wires and all the stuff that comes in the kit. So for 65 bucks, actually make it 75 bucks including the new sock, we can fix this whole thing and be back on the road. Let's do it.
Right, while Kevin is working on the fuel sending unit, I've been poking around under the car, undoing some of our old fuel lines to get them out of the way, and I discovered somebody's masterpiece. There's a new piece of hard line on the driver's side rear that goes from the soft line a whopping 3 feet forward to a union to old line. A few feet forward there's another union, some new brass line, great, union, more new line, union, existing line. We've got a leak in one of the older pieces of lines, so I'm going to go ahead and just replace all that from this union all the way to the back wheel.
Did I hear you say something about brake lines, sir?
Yes, you did, because it's bad.
Of course. Here's what you're going to need. The classic Capri Tool brake line. McGee.
That's what you should search when you're looking for one of these. All those keywords are very important.
There is, however, a link down in the description where you guys can find this on Amazon. It's really inexpensive and it is fantastic. It's the best one of those I've found. And if you use the link down in the description, the channel gets a little kickback from it that costs you guys nothing. So that guy, as well as the best source I've found for brake line, will be listed down in the description. I bought a good number of these off Amazon. This one is the most affordable with the best fittings. Now that might not sound super important, but trust me, I've got like 5 kits that came with bad fittings before I found that one, and they are way too large, made completely wrong, and a total pain in the ass to work with, and they always leak. So if you guys want to check out the Capri Tools brake line flare, double flare tool, and some really good copper line for cheap, you can check them out. The links down in the description. With that being said, I have this guy done, rebuilt, good to go. New pump, new sock, cleaned up our rheostat, got everything hooked up, good to go. Verified the flow direction before I did my wiring, so that should be set. Got our gasket surface cleaned up here. Got a new gasket on it that came with the kit. Just need to wiggle this into place. There we go. And just like on carbureted cars, all you gotta do is sand the points, in this case replace the fuel pump, and 2 hours later we should be good to go. Back in the car.
These are compression fittings, not brake fittings.
Yeah, that right there is in fact a compression fitting. And so is that one.
Yep, and so is this one.
And so is that one, yep.
All on the same line.
That one's correct. It's a factory fitting though. Was there any more?
No, That's it.
Well, they got 1 out of 3. So, if you see this, where the outside barrel is larger than the inside, that's not always the telltale, but that's a good indicator. That is a compression fitting. When he takes this apart, there will be a little ball on the end that compresses into the inner cup and this, which is what is used on like vacuum line, like oil pressure line.
Yeah, or like if you
Plastic.
ever put air shocks on
Yep,
something.
exactly.
It's a ferrule
We're talking
type connection.
100 psi,
Yeah, max.
not 900. This is a union. See how the middle is larger than the outside nuts. This is what you use for brakes because that is an inverted flare and it will hold a lot more pressure.
If you don't have to flare a brake line to put it in your fitting,
You've
got the wrong fitting.
If it's not annoying, you're doing it wrong.
Pretty much.
All right, new brake line is in, new fuel pump is in. It's now time to dump some gas in this thing and fire it up and see if it runs. I really hope it does because Angus and I just came up with a really stupid idea. I mean, a really awesome idea for this thing. Let's get some fuel in it, hit the key, and listen to that high technology 4.1 purr to life. Keep her going a few times. Keep going. I don't hear a fuel pump, do you? Right, hit it. Well, the good news is the clattering has subsided. Alright, let's start digging. Well, it must have ran a little because we've got a hellacious fuel leak from somewhere up here. Let's deal with that. And, test for power at our connector back here, I suppose. Yay, fuel injection. As you can see.
Oh, spraying up out of this pressure line. There's 2 geysers going straight at the floor.
Well, the pump must have ran a little.
That's
Alright,
really
let's
fun.
cut that and try again. Hey,
Magic.
there's a fuel pump. We fixed it by doing nothing.
I mean, you wiggled the ground, right?
Well, we removed the entire fuel tank again. And found that there was...
wasn't grounded enough, that's what it was.
I guess. I did wiggle the ground on the body, so yeah, whatever. Alright, let's set it down and see if it runs. Alright, let's test for fuel. We have fuel finally. Hit it. Yes! It is alive! And it actually sounds totally fine. That sounds perfectly healthy. Yeah. Could definitely be louder.
I think I know what we can do to make it louder.
We got a brake light. The radio is losing its mind. Other than that, looks like everything's good. Sand the points, replace the fuel pump. What's the difference? One takes way longer, that's what. Them are weird little V8 runs. Let's put in some rear brakes and take it for a drive.
Yeah.
I swear this is the car that refuses to keep fuel inside of it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing very good.
This will be the 4th time we've removed the tank now.
We're so good at it, though.
Okay, found a loose hose clamp. Hopefully we can put the tank in for the last time now. Let's find out. This car refuses to hold fluid. Went to the back of the car, started bleeding up our brakes, which wild master cylinder, by the way. This is a proportioning and metering valve built into the master cylinder. Either way, we're talking about that because one of our lines, conveniently 4 inches in front of where Angus replaced the line, has blown out. So
I knew as soon as I touched that line, I was like, I bet there'll be another hole.
we're going to replace it all the way up to the master because it looks pretty bad, and then it'll have new rear brake lines. The front ones look pretty good from all the leaks that GM provided from the factory. Alright, new brake line. Well, Angus is using the old Capri tool, whipping up a new line. I'm doing a little Googling in the meantime. I'm kind of curious. I know the 4100 HT, I don't know how much we talked about this in the beginning, but this is Cadillac's high technology motor. This is what replaced, I believe, their cylinder deactivation motor. They had the weird, really tall valve covers that actually disconnected the push rod from the rocker or the rocker from the valve. Yeah, it was horrible. And then they came out with this, which was also universally hated, but damn, this one's still alive after 128,000 miles, so It's better. That's what it was called. The V8 6.4 engine was the one prior that would disconnect whatever in the valve train. It was disgusting. Solenoids mounted to the cylinder's rocker arm studs would disengage the fulcrum, allowing the rocker to float and leave the valve closed despite the continued action of the push rods. Anyway, let's get this sucker fixed and go for a drive, eh?
B.
Well, that one's fixed. Got the rears bled, pressed on the pedal, and immediately blew what I believe is a front line. Alright, back to the Jeff.
Man, this thing's so dry rotted. Ew. Alright, well, maybe we add turning the rotors to the list. These things are pitted. The pads look to have plenty of surface left on them, so we might just ignore those, but ooh, that hose looks pretty rotty too. We thought we'd get away with not doing brakes, huh? Guess we deserve this. Boing, 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 boing. Man, this car is weird and disgusting. Brake hoses, remember those little guys that I mentioned a moment ago? This car rolled in here with very little effort, like we moved it by hand. I think our brake hoses started to swell on the front. The rear is still good. We had a really good drip when we let it gravity bleed, but this one for sure, not good. Yeah, this rotor is just about as bad. But the pads still look good, so we'll tear it all down, grease it all up. Flash forward to when that's done, or somewhere in between. Kaboom!
Well, that escalated quickly.
It usually does.
What started as typical brake lines blowing up turned into, oh no, we have a stuck hose, as Angus mentioned, which is now turning rotors and replacing everything. Yay!
This car's going to be brand new by the time it leaves.
Yeah, no kidding. Getting all this attention. You know what, at this point, I think we should go through with our ultimate plan.
I think you're right.
Our end goal here. So.
Not that the car's earned it, just that we've earned it.
Yeah. Story of our lives, waiting on parts.
Yeah, and while we're waiting on parts, I'm going to try and make this interior a little more bearable.
I know it looks completely white on the screen, but believe it or not, it's supposed to be black. Wow.
Ta-da. Now we'll just make the whole car like that, and it'll be so good.
Just kind of putzing along here, cleaning little bits and pieces. Our doors and everything are cleaned up very nice. You know what would be fun? Signing this thing up for Uber.
This would be the worst Uber you've ever received.
Well, if they don't want us, we'll just make our own Uber. It'll be Uber for shit boxes. We'll call it Poober. Hey, no trespassing.
I'll do what I want.
Yeah, climb on in there. See what you think of that
I
thing.
think I want to.
Oh, we got it de-germed. All the STDs should be dead.
How high is it going to be when you get it on the four-wheel drive chassis?
Look at that.
Ah, smooth like butter.
Yeah.
Needs to be a lot louder.
That's what we said too. I think we can make
You
that
got
happen.
some mufflers coming from pipes for it?
No, but I've
Next
got a Sawzall we could
Sawzalls
get
work
near
too.
those pipes
Yeah.
and remove the mufflers. Any minute now, we'll get these brake hoses, and we're about done with the interior at this point. Just need a vacuum.
Probably about trying to get parts for a 50s car, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, we can get them same day-ish, but it's the end of the day when you order it in the morning. All right, wait on those. Oh my gosh, they've arrived.
And they're on. And I keep forgetting to film this for you guys. I'm sorry. You'll just have to use your imagination.
We've got all the interior cleaned out at this point. Angus has gone through the front. I've gone through the rear with the vacuum. She actually cleaned up pretty decent overall, so I think it's finally time for us to set this down and for the front right brake line to blow.
Yeehaw.
Let's go for a test drive. Yes, right to life. Wish the seat would move. Car is leveling. Whoa. What is that?
I think it's the fan.
Holy shit, turn it off. I don't think it's the fan, it won't turn off.
Uh-oh.
Fan no go. Fan off. Alright, well, ignoring whatever that was, we're just going to back up now. And we don't have
Fire extinguisher?
fire extinguisher.
Eh.
You know, we should probably get
Fire
fire
extinguisher.
extinguisher, yeah. I'm not entirely convinced it isn't already on fire. Yeah, there's a bit of smoke coming out. Maybe get the garden hose in here and wash all the leaves and shit out.
It'd be a good start, yeah.
Fire prevention. We're all about forward thinking here at Junkyard Digs. If it's already wet, it's harder to catch on fire. Let's stay within a block of this. Oh, goody. You know what I didn't think of? Being able to see now that it's wet. It smells like an electrical fire in here, right?
Yeah, kind of does.
Something. I mean, it's weird.
I don't see how that could possibly be related.
Yeah, me either. Oh, someone's here. Can you get the door?
No.
Alright, well, here goes nothing. She idles plenty high, which means we haul ass at idle. Whee! That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything?
Nope.
Yes, yes. Our Cadillac Limo. Perfect. Power steering screaming again.
Yes,
As is
yes.
tradition.
Our maiden voyage complete.
We made it to the gas station a block away. Fantastic. All right, let's fill it up so the fire's extra big when it happens. Yes, fuel the flames. Fuel them.
Oh, we clearly didn't miss the hoses for the fill ports.
I don't know, not looking very close. Yeah, we're just not looking very close. Yeah, fixed. Good. Oh, get out of the way, lady.
Gas? Staring at hillbilly hell?
Hey, Tim.
I think
That's
something's not good.
The brakes work pretty acceptably. We're getting 23 miles per gallon. Look at that.
Whoa!
And we have 10 gallons in the tank. It's accurate.
Ow.
And it's 75, so everything actually works. The speedometer, all of it. Son of a bitch. Whoa, the brakes suck. I forgot to bed the pads in. I don't think it shifts. I think I just decided we have one gear, which might be what like all these computers are for. I don't know.
What?
Weird.
Hardly seems likely.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, step 2 on our maiden voyage here. Let's get this thing a bath because it desperately needs it. Whee!
Starting to think this window's not going to come back up. Boom.
Okay, well, you might get a wet seat.
Aw.
Now that it runs like shit, there's one thing left to do so we can be sure that we can get rid of this on Marketplace as soon as we're done with it in about 12 minutes worth of driving. And that thing is to make it appealing to the people of Marketplace. It's even worse than I thought it was going to be. Now the next step involves changing the color of the car to be more appealing. To promote adhesion of our new paint, we're going to scuff up the surface to help hold that down. So Angus has got the old Iowa gravel road rock-filled car wash brush here, and we're going to rub that around and that should be plenty. You didn't think it would get uglier, did you? Look at this. This thing handles. Yeah. It's a rocket ship.
I can't believe these 14s are still holding air.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that sounds like rod knock. It's gone now, it's fine.
Yes and no. I don't have an oil light, so we'll just
Ignore it?
yeah, continue to ignore it. That's just the sound of high technology.
Yes, technology is like gremlins with hammers.
Yeah, technology sounds like Good morning, folks. This morning you join us back in the shop working on the Caddy Limo with our favorite tool, a couple of pads of Scotch-Brite. As I mentioned all along, this car is kind of a piece of crap, and our goal is to have a little fun with it and then sell it on Facebook Marketplace. And like I just said when we were at the car wash, our best way to do that is to change its appearance to make it more alluring to those on Marketplace that have 1,500 bucks burning a hole in their pocket. And now I don't know about you guys, but if you ask me, the best way to accomplish that goal is to paint this thing like a big American flag. And that is exactly what we're gonna do. I went down to Menards this morning and bought the cheapest pile of spray paint in red, white, and blue that I could find. Stick on stars, a bunch of Scotch-Brite. And as you can see, we've been busy this morning sanding on this thing, trying to get it ready for paint. Now the goal here is that the fancy paint job will distract the buyers from the terrific engine noise and overall lack of performance and well-being for the car. But just in case it doesn't, I went down to O'Reilly's this morning, got ourselves a glass pack, some 20W50 and a new filter. So we'll throw all of that on, as well as the paint job, and this thing should sail right through Marketplace and the hell out of our possession after we have a little fun with it, of course. But before that can start, we got a lot of sanding to do, so let's get to it. All right, status update. We've got her all scuffed down, ready for paint, and we've acquired Tom, who brought his biggest, best sucker.
How did I get roped into this? What do you think? Will it work?
I have no idea. You tell me. Hey! We can't have a shitty-looking spray-painted limo, so I'm glad that you did this.
Right.
Now this is true talent. You can do fine bodywork with an 8-pound sledge.
There. What do you want, eggs in your beer? Ready for the car show. World of Wheels. Can you do the... I can't do it anymore, but I'll try.
We're gonna video Tom dying. Ooh, not bad. Angus?
Oh, you just want me to die. I get it.
Don't look at me. Look at the hammer gonna hit you in the face. I did this last time we tried.
There you go. Bro, it's the man games we used to play when we'd have parties. Stand around squeezing scales until you could see who got the highest number.
Anyway, enough of that. Should we paint a car?
I don't really want to have anything to do with it.
All right, we got her all wiped down and ready to accept its wonderful new coating. Black and green.
Great out,
We're gonna mask off all the stuff we don't want to be random colors and then start spraying. We've got her all masked off, which was a ton of work for this thing because it's got a million little badges and bits of plastic and pieces of trim and door handles and a ton of roof. Let's lay out a pattern and change some colors. Yeehaw! Okay, first color going down is white. I have no idea if this turbo can is going to work to actually paint. Let's find out. Jesus. Well, we should have masked the tires off, I guess. Wow, look how unhappy that all is. This is going to have texture. It's going to be like a golf ball. It'll go faster now. Yes. Turbo paint job. Fantastic. Yay!
It's different.
It's different. Well, honestly, there's a little more paint on there from the turbo cans. I mean, it's 99.9% fisheye, but we did hardly any prep to this. That kind of goes along with the giant Bondo chips and all the paint runs. So, yeah, it's whiter than it was. Now we wait for that to dry.
Onward we progress with ruining this car.
I don't know, man. This looks pretty good, unless you look at, like,
Any of it.
as you can tell, our paint is now dry, and we are putting on some star stickers that we got that will be our masks, I suppose, not stencils. And with that being said, in hindsight, man, we really didn't need to use this much white paint, huh? Yeah.
Well, now we know for next time.
Next limo we make look fantabulous. Okay, let's hope these don't react poorly. Just a light layer to start us off. There it is. Time to let that dry and tape off some stripes. Let's do some stripage. Yeehaw. That is very red. That is very, very red. I love how this entire time this thing probably still has a bunch of rod knock that we're just disregarding.
I don't even know what you're talking about right
No,
now.
you know what? You got me. You can't see rod knock in Marketplace photos.
Yeah.
These ones back here are going to be extra special. We ran out of stickers, so we had to reuse some from the front. Things are coming out okay. There's our top. There's the beginning of one of the fenders. We got to do a little more masking off once the paint cures more to finish the red on that piece right there, but this is actually not bad. For a couple of clueless idiots with 10 cans of spray paint and 4 rolls of tape,
Not the worst thing that could have happened.
that's not the worst thing. Well, there's definitely some lesson to be taken away from the ones on top of the hood. They are taking all the paint with them and coming out really poopy. These ones up here, pretty decent, not too bad. Damn it. Alright, we got a little brush work to do, I suppose. I'm going to go through with a white paint pen and fix these. This is actually working pretty okay at best. Pretty okay. Look at that. Actually, that's not bad. I'll take that. This is like one of those touch-up pens for a car that you can get at a parts store. You know what I mean? But for idiots. Perfect for us. There it is. The last spot. We're gonna let that dry, pull our masking off, and take a look at the glorious creation that we've made. What did we learn here?
Don't buy Cadillac limos.
Don't buy limos, period. Yeah, let's see how this piece of shit looks.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Cadillac.
The world's worst Christmas present.
Honestly, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
So good.
Dude, this is pretty decent. I mean, like, it's terrible, but it is not bad. My favorite part is the rear. This came out way better than I would have expected.
Why does it look so good? The paint's so garbage. It's
know.
still black right
We
there.
didn't even paint that spot. Now, the trick is making it sellable mechanically.
Yes.
We clearly have a bunch of vacuum leaks because it idles at like $3,000. And we have some weird engine noise, but we got a new oil filter and really thick oil. So let's do all that, and then we can see whose yard we can abandon this in, or see if it makes it all the way to Marketplace or whatever.
I think I could think of half a dozen yards not even leaving town.
How's she look?
Really dirty, kind of thin.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
The 2050 will definitely be not thin, so.
Yes, that's what we want.
Well, I've seen oil filters with more metal in them, but I've also seen them with less. New one going on.
Yeah, and this one's made entirely of metal.
Son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
Here goes nothing. Good luck in there, 20W50. I bet this shuts it up real nice. It might even shut the whole motor up altogether. Alright, motor's rebuilt. Searching around, we didn't actually find any vacuum leaks. I guess we found one tiny, like, distant sensor with a plug nut on it. But it does look like the idle screw there has been messed with a bunch with the pliers, so we turned him down. Alright, so we've got the oil dropped up front. We can put the 2050 in. Hopefully that'll fix the engine noise. If it doesn't, there's another way to take care of that, and that is to make the car louder so that you can't hear it. I would say turn up the radio, but I don't think it works in here. So, yeah, regardless, this is another excellent selling point for Marketplace. Okay, you know what? I'm tired of asking questions. Let there be performance! Oh, duh. I think it's the spin move. Works every time. Out of curiosity, you want to see what that sounds like?
Yeah?
Me too.
Oh, it's disappointingly quiet.
Oh, yay. You could not convince me that there's no muffler on this car.
It's the cat and all those bends that it takes.
Well, it'd be a shame if that disappeared, wouldn't it? Sweet. Alright, here's our new muffler. This is going to go in place of something else that used to be there. This is welded up with some old flange off something that used to be there, and I believe a 9-inch axle clamp. So, yeah, let's get this bolted in place. Ooh, wiggly. Wee. Alright, the exhaust is done. We've got a new high flow cat in place. Let's see how it sounds. Oh yeah, pretty much just as quiet. Give her a rev. What? 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 makes sense. Dude, you gotta listen to this. Oh my God! It is so loud. Well, I don't know about you, but I think this thing is done. It is just stupid enough that it is a redneck BEERRUN special.
Wheelies by midnight or it goes on Marketplace.
Oh no. Oh my God. Dude. Yes.
This is the most 2005 hit my ride shit we've ever done.
I heard you were from America, so we made your whole car America. This is actually way better than I could have ever anticipated. Oh, and the Junkyard Digs hubcaps to boot. Hell yes. Well, it's rainy and shitty right now, but what do you say we let the paint cure and then go have some fun in our American limo?
Let's have a beer about it.
Let's have a beer about it.
Chauffeur, to the airport, please.
Stat. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
God. All right, gang. It's been a long day of work. We're hungry. What do you say we go abduct some friends in the flag limo and go to supper?
If we can make it.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. Time for the city to see the flag limo for the first time. I bet they're gonna love it.
Chauffeur. Whoa! Chauffeur, we're not in that much of a hurry.
Dude, that is not bad at all.
Are we there yet?
Yep.
25 mile an hour. Doesn't smell like it's on fire this time. Let's see if the brakes work. Yeah, good enough, good enough. They appear to brakes. I don't hear any engine noise. I think we're doing pretty good. Definitely marketplace ready, for sure. What do you think, Mook? That guy gave us a thumbs up.
I for sure thought it was a different finger.
Fair. We are getting lots of looks. Kind of forgot we were in a flag painted car for a second there because it's all still normal on the inside. You just see some stars. No wonder everyone's staring at us so much. Usually they're staring at us for a much different reason, like we're on fire.
Oh, it's very quiet in here. Oh, it's not very quiet in here. God, is there a Jake brake on this car? Wow.
This is amazing. Stupidest exhaust we've ever made.
I think this is a template from now on.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, let's go find Tom.
Chauffeur, do you have a license to drive this vehicle?
Absolutely not.
Oh, no.
But I do have a constitutional right to fly a flag. Oh, say can you see?
It's the worst radio station.
Show some respect back there.
It's the worst Uber I've ever had.
I don't like this driver.
It wasn't a star for that driver.
Goodbye, Caroline.
Oh, no. God, is that a Peterbilt?
Let's see if he salutes. You know you're supposed to salute the flag when it's raised and lowered.
That thing off! Get out of here! No trespassing! This would be really cool if it wasn't such a piece of crap.
That's accurate, actually.
That takes a special kind of skill right there.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen that. I think we got the vent and the fuel return lines switched, which means since the return is lower in the tank, it now pushes fuel up into the charcoal canister. So that's a first. It wouldn't be America if it wasn't dripping gasoline.
Nothing says America like a red, white, and blue Cadillac Limo.
Hell yeah. Let's go get some supper. All right, gang.
Take us to supper, Jeeves. I feel rich.
in the back of your
I'm
Cadillac
riding in the
limo.
back of my Cadillac limo.
Chauffeur,
Yes.
might we have some classical music, miss?
This only plays the national anthem.
All right, you'll have to sing. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's? That's my hat.
Tom's trying to escape.
What?
Don't try.
I'm not taking it too fast because our tires are made of holes, but beyond that, it drives great.
Cruising right along.
I didn't even push it that hard. Like it's great. This thing drives so nice.
It's like a crap tires on it. You're gonna turn 129,000 miles in a limo.
You'd think the pounding would fix it. It fixes almost everything electronic.
Look at all the dust coming out.
I fixed my computer this way and it works.
You think you could just told you he was trying to escape.
It's not that loud in here.
Oh, just wait. Oh yeah, in here, not bad. Go for it.
Wow, she was hard for it. He's a limo. I think my neck hurts.
I gotta wonder if that's not in the motor.
That sounded like it was in the motor.
Probably is something up there for sure, but the thing runs so smooth.
That guy's trying not to turn around and look.
Wait, are we gonna?
Oh.
It's happening. We're doing it. We've triumphed. Although maybe it's just on bingo night.
It's true. It is always on Thursdays.
Tuesdays is Rod Knock. Thursdays is Overheat at the Corner. All right. Well, I suppose we'll go have a beer about it, let it cool down, and then go home.
I like beer.
Is there?
Oh yeah.
Acapella, Togo, Africa.
Hey, I'd never do anything like that to you.
Okay. How was food, Mook?
But I upped the
Good.
quarter. 7 cars.
This was exciting. Another successful, excellent supper. Hey, sir, you need a salute by the flag. Thank you.
That's too bad.
Oh, service air conditioning. Never mind, it's fixed. We're getting 14 miles per gallon out of this hunk of junk. Oh, we do have headlights. Son of a bitch. Look at that. At least one. Now, here's the trick when you drive an American flag limo to the bar with all your friends in it. The guy driving, absolutely not a lick of alcohol. This is straight to jail if you get pulled over. How's everyone back there?
Way better than you.
Oh, whoa! What? Sorry. Oh. So onward. I think we might even live.
If we're lucky.
All of this still works. We got a 100-mile range. Since I'm decelerating down a hill, we're getting 70 miles per gallon. Our average. We used 2.3 gallons, not counting the stuff that fell out of the front corner. But there is 7 gallons left. God, we were supposed to hate this. I still hate it. Yeah, I still hate it. Yeah, it's definitely staying in Tom's yard, I've decided. Tom, this is yours now. I think I heard a yes from the back.
They didn't say no.
No, it's true. Regardless, let's see if we make it the rest of the way back. That'll be a deciding factor. There's a hole in the tire, you hear it?
You sure that's not the cicadas?
Oh. Alright, well, that's all the further the 14s make it. Which is all the further the car needs to make it. To Tom's house.
Great.
Well, there you have it. That is the $800 Cadillac Limo revival and revamp. Honestly, this turned out way better than I would have ever anticipated. And it's really not that bad of a car. Like all the electronical shit, of course it doesn't work. The HVAC and all that. But it does run, drive, get a lot of looks, a lot of thumbs up, and hauls people around. So, thank you guys for joining us on this episode. If you guys want to support the channel, the best way to do so is to check out the merch at junkyarddigs.com. You can check out the Have a Beer About It shirts, Have a Beer About It koozies, I Heart drum brakes, and all the other great things. Not this one. On the website, junkyarddigs.com. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you right here next week for another episode. Well, the 14s did not have enough to make it all the way home. And as predicted, I did ride in a cop car tonight. As soon as this tire blew, there was a cop right here instantaneously, and he gave us a ride home. So big thanks to that guy.
Also, big thanks to Booger Truck.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Angus, we've succeeded. We sold the limo. Congratulations, gentlemen. We've traded it for 2 turbo kits for random cars that are probably half assembled. Have fun, don't die.
Oh yeah.